I grew up in the United States, watching Star TV commercials with those starving kids in every car, who stared vacantly at the cameras with sad eyes and distended bellies. At the sixth grade, my clinical teacher, Mr. Collins, had us share the words in the songs we were singing. 3 billion people in the world. 2. 4 billion people in the world. And as we were short, I couldn't believe populations had so big. As I was even more short because I was everything black, seemed as disturbed by this fact. A couple of days later, I told my friend Susie Saunders that because there seemed to be too many people in the world for it to handle, as I worked as grantor to have any kids. And she looked at me and she replied that she was going to have 3. And I felt really alone in my beliefs. As 37 years later, I still feel really alone in my belief. I'm still sure that not more people disturbed by population's growth. And I think it's because a species, we decided not to talk about it. Just kind of stuck away. I'm here to unstuck it. Modern man first showed up on Earth 200,000 years ago. As by 1850, we had reproduced so successfully that there were once billions of people on the planet. This means it took 2,000 years for us to put the first billions of people on Earth. The next billion came in 100 years. 200,000 years to get to the first billion, 100 years to get the second billion. Now, we add 1 billion people to the planet every 30 years. And in 2011, the world's population reached 7 billion people. Now, this surge in growth came about because of improvements in agriculture and medicine. Because as species, we are a biological success story. So far as for the fastest, we have survived. We are also a religious success story. We have gone forth and multiplied. But now we have to stop. It will be our downfall. I just to give you an idea of how fast the population grows. Has the hurricanes that killed. How long did it take Bangladesh to replace those deaths with 139,000 new births? 2.5 weeks. Now the world's population is growing at just 1% a year, which might not sound like very much, but 1% of 7 billion is actually a big number. It means that every day we add 220,000 people to the planet. Every day. And this is unsustainable, which means that at some point the world's population is going to start growing. The question is how? Will it start growing because of famine, disease, or war, or with resources? Or what will it start growing because people choose to have smaller families? And by smallest families, I mean one-child families. This is where people start getting nervous, talking about population issue because they're scared as girls to take away their rights to have children. But I don't want to take peaceful rights away. I want to give people rights. Forces people to have fewer children does not work. The most efficient way to stabilize the world's population is to send girls to school and to empower women, and to give everyone access to education on the birth control. Those are good things. And as cultures, we need to emphasize the benefits of having one-child families so people will choose to have fewer kids. Because for thousands of years, we've been inculcated with ethic that big families are families, happy families, and all children are lonely children. Couples like myself and my husband, who has children not to, were childless instead of child-free. As myself, Several times, I have been accused of being selfish because of my decisions not to have children. And all this makes sense when it's important for us to. But now, for us as a fast food, we have to start procreate. We have to change and requires our biologies and our culture to recognize the benefits of the one child family. Because right now, mostly what we see is negatives. For example, when a country's population forms, there's always this economic term is closed in the media. Because capitalism is based on its eternal growth. Capitalism depends upon more and more consumers. So yes, with population growers, these economies will suffer. But this will suffer less than if there's no more oil and food and water. Because there are 10 billion people on planet in 40 years, which is what the UN is projecting. And now you may be thinking, okay, population issue sounds troublesome, but we should be healthy as babies. We're smart, we're educated as we listen to TED Talks. We can afford kids and heck, our offspring, they may save the world. If as my mother says, or as Alexander, you'll be such a good mother, as your kids, they're wonderful. They may be wonderful. This would also be graceful. Because North America's use 32 times resources as one from the developing country, so it is more important that we have smaller families. For example, so what is United States average use gallons of water a day compared to the average person from Africa, who's only use 5 gallons a day. It is not just with poor countries either. We hear in the United States we use twice energies in some words from France, England, and Japan. That are lots of countries that have a higher fertility than we do here in the United States. But we also have to aspire to one's trans family, especially those are living here. Maybe you think it's great, don't worry, Alexander, technologies will save us. And yes, it's possible that we must be able to act for a few more years as resources because of some new inventions or technologies. But in the end, even if we can't feed and house 40 billion people, what would their life be like? The population is going to have to stop growing at some point. So why not stop now? Instead of wishing that some invention or technology will save us. And there is even enthusiasm as we're not even sure it works. So for everyone to have the qualities of life, the number of humans on Earth needs to go down. And I believe that it needs to go down to billions of people, which sounds ridiculous because there are 7 billion people on the planet today. But it's actually the worst population it was 80 years ago. So let's change our Earth's ideas as what the ideal families look like. 1 is a beautiful number. And let's not be afraid to talk about overpopulation. It's just not about taking rights away from people. It's about giving opportunity to women, children, and future generations. And lastly, let's be part of the revolution. And choose from now on to bring forward no more than 1 child ourselves. Thank you.